Hey guys, the drag racing world and fans of Street Outlaws are mourning the heartbreaking loss of beloved racer Ed Robbins, who tragically passed away following a devastating crash at Jackson Dragway in Jackson, Tennessee. The accident, which occurred on October 18th, took the life of the 74-year-old racer and lifelong motorsports enthusiast, leaving friends, family, and fellow competitors in shock. Although drag racing brings adrenaline, fierce competition, and community to countless racers and fans, it can also deliver devastating moments when something goes wrong. Sadly, October 18th became one of those tragic days, marking the final race of a respected driver who lived and breathed motorsport. Jackson Dragway, tucked between Memphis and Nashville in the Tennessee countryside, is known for its family-oriented environment and tight-knit racing community. The 8th Mile Strip frequently hosts grassroots events that bring together racers from across the tri-state region. For many, Ed Robbins included, it has long been a second home. On that Saturday night, during what was expected to be a routine and enjoyable racing program, tragedy struck. Robbins was involved in a single-car incident that happened shortly after his run down the track. Law enforcement and emergency crews from Madison County responded quickly. Despite their efforts, Ed Robbins was pronounced dead at the scene. Out of respect for the racer and his family, all remaining events were canceled for the night. Officials have not yet released technical details surrounding the accident, and no formal cause has been publicly confirmed. Trackside accounts and conversations among racers have mentioned the possibility of a mechanical failure, a broken tie rod or brake-related issue, but nothing has been verified by investigators or sanctioned motorsport bodies. What is known is that Robbins' car left the racing surface following his run and crashed, resulting in fatal injuries. While drag racing sees its share of danger, fatal accidents at local grassroots tracks still shake the motorsports community to its core. Jackson Dragway has built a reputation for safe, structured racing and a community built around passion for the sport. Many of the racers know each other as friends and family, making the loss of someone like Robbins deeply personal. Robbins wasn't just a local racer, he was described as a pillar of the regional drag racing world, the kind of competitor who never hesitated to lend a hand, offer advice, or share his enthusiasm with newcomers to the sport. His sudden passing has triggered an outpouring of memories and condolences from fellow drivers, fans, and supporters both in person and across social media. Michael Upchurch, a longtime friend and fellow racer, shared a deeply emotional tribute, emphasizing Robbins' faith and spirit. "I can't think of anyone who was as outspoken and fervent about his relationship with Jesus. It was sprayed all over his vehicle. You couldn't stop him from talking about Jesus." Robbins passed away doing what he loved most, racing. This is not Ed's fault, the track's fault, or the car's fault. We all encounter danger, and it was life. Moments like these remind the motorsports world of both the risks drivers willingly embrace and the irreplaceable bonds formed at the track. Though known and loved in the racing community, Ed Robbins had a full life beyond drag racing. Born with a passion for cars and performance, Robbins spent 31 years at FedEx as a ground equipment mechanic, using his mechanical expertise both on the job and at the racetrack. He was deeply involved in the automotive world beyond competition as well, serving as an AMSOIL dealer, a General Motors representative, and the owner of the Street and Strip Speed Shop in Memphis. He even carried his love of machinery into the sky as a licensed pilot. But for those who knew him, Robbins' greatest passion wasn't horsepower or speed, it was people. His family's statement following his passing highlighted a man whose faith, love for others, and joyful spirit touched everyone he met. "We are grieving the loss of our Ed. He was a great dad, husband, son, and friend. If you met him, you knew he was full of life and not ashamed of his love for Jesus Christ." The family shared that Robbins openly proclaimed his faith at the track, going as far as to place scripture and messages about Jesus on the side of his race car. His children encouraged others to carry on his passion for living boldly, lovingly, and faithfully. I challenge you, if you race and believe in Jesus Christ, To put that message boldly where people can ask you just like my dad did. His life story reflects someone who found meaning in both competition and community, someone who lived openly, loved deeply, and inspired others through his presence alone. For racers, especially those competing at small-town drag strips, the track becomes a second family. The engines, the adrenaline, the late nights leaning over the hood of a car. It's more than a sport. It's a lifestyle and a passion shared by many, passed down through generations, and strengthened through friendships like the ones Robbins built. His passing hits particularly hard because Robbins embodied what grassroots racing is all about: commitment, faith, joy, and camaraderie. He wasn't just someone who ran times on the board, he lifted others up. He supported fellow competitors. He lived life fully in every moment he spent at the racetrack. Even those who didn't know him personally have been touched by the heartfelt tributes, stories, and messages shared since his death. Through his family, his faith, and the racing legacy he left behind, Robbins continues to inspire. While professional motorsports grab headlines, grassroots racing, ranging from local drag strips to dirt ovals and street legal events, is the heartbeat of American racing culture. These tracks are training grounds, community hubs, and sacred spaces for those who love speed, engineering, and competition. But as this tragedy painfully demonstrates, motorsport is never without risk. Whether it's a pro at 300 miles per hour or a hobbyist at a regional track, racers step into powerful machines knowing they carry real danger. Yet they continue to race, not recklessly but passionately, because the sport calls to them. For many drivers like Robbins, drag racing isn't simply a pastime. It's a lifelong calling, a source of identity, and a place where joy lives alongside risk. As Jackson Dragway and the greater drag racing community continue grieving, one theme rings powerfully through every tribute: Ed Robbins died doing what he loved. He strapped into his car with courage, purpose, and joy, racing not simply for trophies but for passion, faith, and fellowship. He competed with heart. He lived with conviction. And in his final race, he honored the life he had always chosen, a life close to roaring engines, burning tires, and the friendships forged in lanes of asphalt. Though he has now crossed his final finish line, the echoes of his example remain, encouraging others to live boldly, love deeply, and race with heart. From fellow racers, fans, friends, and family, rest in peace, Ed Robbins. You will be missed, remembered, and celebrated always. Ed Robbins' passing has not only shaken his home track, but has also reached the broader drag racing community, including fans of Street Outlaws. While Robbins was not a cast member himself, grassroots racers like him are the very foundation the Street Outlaws movement grew from: local legends, committed weekend warriors, and fearless competitors whose love for speed and machinery inspired the culture that the TV series celebrates. His loss reminds everyone that behind every race car, even the TV famous ones, are real people in real danger every time they strap in. To honor his memory, many racers across Tennessee and neighboring states held moments of silence at their own events, posting photos of their cars staged at the starting line with "Race in Peace Ed" and "Race for Robbins." Tributes show the incredible reach Ed had, not only through racing, but through his personality, compassion, and faith. For racers, respect is earned on the asphalt and in the staging lanes, and Robbins earned every bit of it. Community members also mentioned how Robbins served as a mentor to younger racers, sharing tips, tools, and encouragement. Whether someone needed help tuning a carburetor, setting suspension, or simply needed reassurance before their first pass, Robbins was known to be there. His friends describe him as patient and generous, a man who viewed racing not just as competition, but as a shared passion meant to bring people together. Racers frequently talk about track family, a bond built through late nights fixing broken parts, cheering each other on at the finish line, and sharing triumphs and heartbreaks. Those who raced alongside Robbins say he embodied that spirit. He was never the loudest in the pits, but he was always present, steady, positive, and ready to help. As one racer put it online, Tracks have heroes. Ed was one of ours. As investigations continue and officials review the incident, safety conversations have grown louder, not as criticism, but as reflection. Grassroots tracks, especially smaller community-run venues like Jackson Dragway, work tirelessly to keep drivers safe. Yet motorsport carries inherent risk no amount of barricades or fire suits can completely eliminate. The accident has reignited discussions about ongoing improvements, emergency protocols, and how the racing community can protect its members while honoring their passion. Local churches and racers are reportedly planning a memorial event at the track, one that will likely include a parade of race cars, prayer, and a ceremonial pass in Ed's honor. For many, the drag strip is as significant as a church pew or workplace. Honoring him at the track feels right. It's where he laughed, competed, prayed, and lived joyfully. It's where he would want to be remembered. His family, while grieving deeply, has expressed gratitude for the overwhelming support. Cards, flowers, food, and messages have poured in from strangers and close friends alike. Their public message encouraged others to live boldly in faith and passion, just as Robbins did. When grief hits a racing community, it hits everywhere, from the starting line to the finish, from the grandstands to the timing tower. Yet the support shared in times like this reveals how strong the community truly is. Even those who never met Robbins personally have felt this loss. Many fans feel a special connection to grassroots racers. They represent the everyday enthusiast who builds, tunes, and races for love rather than fame or sponsorships. Stories like Robbins highlight why grassroots motorsport remains sacred for so many. It's raw, real, and full of heart. Every racer on that strip races with dreams, dedication, and a familiar glint of excitement in their eye, the same kind of spirit that defined Robbins. As the engines eventually fire again at Jackson Dragway, Robbins' memory will no doubt ride with every racer on that strip. His legacy is not just in the cars he built or the races he ran. It's in the lives he touched, the passion he embodied, and the everlasting example of racing with purpose, faith, and joy. The finish line may have come too soon, but the impact of his life continues down the track, inspiring others to chase their dreams at full throttle, without hesitation, and always with heart.